Hey guys, getting ready for another busy day of football and horses, of course. Hope the horses have been good to you lately. Happy Halloween. Breeders' Cup coming up next weekend, which is super exciting. If you go to my Twitter, you can find a link there to some free stuff from the DRF, Breeders' Cup players' guides, and they're pretty awesome. So check that out. I don't know how to link it through here. Technology ran me over a long time ago, but my Twitter is at Dawn Loophole, so just click on there. It's on there and you can get that stuff for free if you would like. We'll get into it. I've got a couple of races from Churchill that I have some horses I think I'll play today. It's all 2-year-olds all day at Churchill, so if you like the babies, you're going to like that card. At Belmont, let's take a look. It's off the turf today, much to no one's surprise. It has rained here in Toronto like steady for the last, I don't know, I'm building an arc pretty soon, but anyways, we'll get into the late pick 4. I'm not going to touch race 5 because I'm doing this before scratches, obviously, and that was supposed to be on the turf. But there's a very, very heavy favorite in there, the MTO. I'm suspicious of this horse. I will just mention this just briefly. I'm a little suspicious of the 12 No Burn. Like, talk about not fooling around. The horse just won an 81 Beyer. I mean, he will literally be 2 to 5 in this field if he's in. I'm assuming he will be as an MTO. The dropping right back in for 40. No, he was avoided claim right here for only 20, so maybe not so suspicious. I don't know. Maybe after scratches it'll be a more appealing race, but right now it really isn't. So 2 divisions of the good old pumpkin pie coming up here in the late pick 4. Race number 6. So I think this is not a ticket that we need to spend a lot of money on. You can see my picks here for the 6th race. I like the 4 horse on top. That is Starfront, the 1 Victim of Love, and the 6 horse Union Maiden I'll put in for second. And I'm intrigued a little bit. I'm actually a little bit against the 2 Aunt Cat. You can see she's probably going to be the favorite, and I put her down in 3rd. I'll probably throw her on the ticket, but I might not. I might just leave her right out and see if I can get that one beat. Victim of Love, obviously can't trust her. I do like her though because she does run well fresh. Todd Beattie seems to be able to give her the layoffs that she needs. Rosario came back here. This was from just a little layoff from February to May and was able to sit a good trip. This is her big strength, is she has tactical speed. So if she can do this again with Rosario, she's going to be a factor in here. She is at least a graded horse. I mean, she's won grade 3 races. She's won the Vagrancy twice. She likes Belmont. She makes a lot of money. She's only run 19 times, made over $400,000. It's like us horse players. You don't have to, tickle the piano every day. You can, if you make a few big scores a year, if you're like Victim of Love, you make a few big scores, you're a 5-year-old and you've only run 19 times. So the reason I'm against the 2 horse Aunt Cat, a couple reasons. I just don't think that she's ever really been tested yet. It took her 3 starts to break her maiden. She was clear speed here, she faltered. Clear speed here, she faltered. No, she finally won, sorry. And came back, she was able to double up. Again, just getting easy leads, doing a little bit of work, but her speed was a saving grace. She hit the mud there at a mile. I think she probably has distance limitations. It's not that this is a far race, it's only 7 furlongs, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I just don't trust her, and at a little price, like she was supposed to win here. She was 4 to 5. And she got pushed a little bit at the 7 furlongs. I can see the same thing happening again today. Can she win this race? Of course. But I will play against her at what is, again, likely to just be an overpriced small play there. The 4 Starfront, 4-year-old Judd Montmare. Like, she's got upside, although it's a big knock against her that she's making her 3rd lifetime start now as a late 4-year-old. Like, I mean, she's going to be 5 soon. She was supposed to win here, or at least we thought she was, but she didn't. Maybe she needed that start. I don't know. The thing is, she has potential to step forward, and she does have the ability to get herself poised into a good position. So I will put her in. Again, I don't overly trust her. And the 6 horse Union Maiden, the other Chad Brown horse, in a field that's really just devoid of anything that steps forward and says that it wants to win. I'll throw this one in. At least she can win fresh. She was super fresh here in November to August and was able to win quite comfortably as she steps into stakes action for the first time. But let's face it, this is not the most stellar field you're going to find. An even less stellar field, the Grade 3 Bold Ruler. This might just be a listed stake if it keeps attracting a fields like this. I shouldn't say that because this is a race with so much history. But for $200,000, you're getting some claimers, you're getting, I don't know, some horses that just don't look like they are that good anymore. It's a 7 furlong distance, maybe a little quirky for some horses. I don't know what it is, but it just seems to have lost its appeal. There's a lot of competition for good horses right now between the tracks, and it seems like New York's getting a little bit of the short end of the stick on a lot of occasions. The one little commissioner, I mean, he's a 20 claimer. He's not impossible in here either, but that's not where I'm going. I will take the 3-horse Plainsman. Plainsman's legit. This was a good effort in the ACAC. He was able to just sit back, chase what was, not a super fast pace, but it was reasonable. Got himself into position, was able to win. He's like that. He really could have been working off of 5 wins in a row now. Just missed in the Governor Cup at Remington. They went a torrid pace that day at the 9 furlongs, just way too fast. And then this rated R superstar was sitting way back and was able to come pluck him late. So he ran huge there. But this is a legit horse. I thought about just keying him, but there is another horse that I like in here. Wendell Fong isn't it, although I don't think he's completely impossible. This horse fresh into today, but not a real trainer move. Chad Summers, he'll probably need a start, so I'll leave him be. No. The 7-horse Wonder Where Craig is. He's legit. He goes a little further today. He's never been the 7 furlongs. He's just been going 6, 5.5. So he's a speedy sprinter. I like the fact that he battled and still won last time at 6 furlongs. Well, won until the steward said he didn't because he was drifting. But that's not great either, I tell you. When a horse is drifting, that usually means some sort of physical infirmities are going on. Or he was just tired because, he was battling throughout. But he's okay. So to me, it's like in terms of class, the 3-horse Plainsman has to be the one. But I'll treat them equally here with the 3 and 7. Race number 8 going 7 furlongs, Pumpkin Pie Part 2. Can't get enough of the pie. 7 and 8 are my top 2. I'll take a little look at the 1 Always Karina for Chad Brown just because she's set on the inside. She should get a good trip. And she's run against some legit horses too. Her only real blemish where she wasn't close was in the test. And that was Bella Sophia. Last time out, I'm not going to hold that against her either. The cotillion, she was setting the tempo at 8.5 furlongs. Now she gets to cut back. She just looks like a nice little 7 furlong kind of horse. So I think for that reason, she definitely has some upside. She started her career with some really solid figures. A lot of these others haven't even gone as fast as what she went in her first race. So we'll just, scroll through all these ones who I just don't even remotely. Hey, my weekly report. My screen time was up last week, guys. Big surprise now that football started. The 7-horse Lady Rocket coming out of the Gallant Bloom. She's legit here for sure. She stumbled and still was able to beat Lake Avenue. Lake Avenue, I don't know what to do with this last start. It wasn't good. It really wasn't good. She chased Gamine here. Maybe that just overextended her. I don't know. She had a month between starts. You would have thought that she could have come back fresh enough, but she kind of laid an egg here. She should have beat Lady Rocket, especially after Lady Rocket stumbled. Lady Rocket was 10-1. Lake Avenue was 2-1. Not that that always means everything, but it gives you an idea of where they were in terms of racing. This is a big fig for Lady Rocket. If she can build on that and move forward, she'll be a legit threat to win this race. Lake Avenue, do we just excuse that last start? That's not always the smartest thing to do. So 7 and 8 is a little heavier on the 7 and the 1 for fun. The 9th race, ending it up with 2-year-old maiden claimers. That's, and state bred too. So New York sired maiden claimers. It's a good way to end the day. Although there are a couple I don't mind. I've got the 1 and the 3. The 1 Working Man's Dude. There's a little bit of a trip here. He did have to check. I like that he finished strongly after that. I like even more that he showed some forward placement there. So he could move up after that start. The 3-horse El Venti Quattro will likely be the favorite off of his last run. He looks like he should be tough. Ran legitimately through the whole race, and I thought it was good. He was a little bit wide too. And then from there I'll go, Heads or Tails was in that race with Working Man's Dude. He probably should have beat Working Man's Dude, but he showed a little bit of speed too, and he was wide. So or actually he was kind of on the inside. Anyways, he might be worth a look, but I'm not including him. I will throw the 9-horse Empire Station in as a second-time starter for George Weaver. This start was okay, but he finished behind El Venti Quattro, so there's no real thought that he's going to beat him today. Over at Churchill, again, all babies all day. Race number 2, there's a horse that I'm going to key in on some of the early wagers. The 8 Implosion, I think, looks like a fairly chalky one here in race number 2. Implosion, this was a really, really good run here for this daughter of Not This Time. She just looks more seasoned. There are some ones that could step up and surprise. I suspect the 6-horse Butterbeam will take a lot of play because of some of these works. She looks okay, but it's just not, Kenny McPeek just doesn't often win, especially with the 2-year-old fillies. So I'm hoping he takes some money because then maybe Implosion goes off a little bit better, but it looks like those two in that race. The other race I wanted to look at was, there's a horse, where's my sheet here? Race number 11, that's what it is. There's some good horses throughout the whole day, but 6 furlongs for the 2-year-olds. Beautiful Empire, second time starting daughter of Classic Empire. This is a little bit of a hot race she's coming out of. Back in Churchill, Sweet Danny Girl won here at a huge price, 45-1. Backed that performance up by coming right back and winning a stake, the Myrtlewood. Famed jogged yesterday, paid workout at 2-5. She crushed, much the best. So this is a bit of a hot race here. Beautiful Empire, I thought, ran well. She flashed speed before getting a little tired late. So I will definitely play her. And she should go off somewhere around, I don't know, she should be like 4 or 5-1 in that field. So the 9-horse Eclipsed, I had her as a horse to watch off of her last race. It's a good race, but I do think Beautiful Empire looks like the most logical. That's it for me. Have an excellent day. Enjoy. Yeah, we're getting into that late fall. Happy Halloween. Go to Twitter, download the reports. Breeders' Cup next week. We will definitely crush the cup this year. So have a great day, and we'll see you next weekend.